Yeah, that's right, Steve. I want to just dig into the European Chips Act and what exactly the goals are there. It's providing about 15 billion euros in funding on top of existing funding. Europe wants to increase its global market share of chip production from 9% currently to 20% in 2030. And it's also trying to foster startups and research. Now, why? Of course, chips are incredibly critical components to so much of the technology we use these days. But it's also seen increasingly as a national security issue as well. We've got a global chip crunch at this point. So part of this is about securing supply in the times of any future crunch. And it's about innovation. If you have those chips, it empowers some new technologies such as AI and quantum computing, etc. But I want to target one of those goals the EU set out, and that is raising its production, its global market share and production. As one analyst put it to me, it's an extremely tall order. The reason really is the nature of production and changing nature of the industry over the past 15 years or so, where we've seen chip companies turn into so-called fabless companies, meaning effectively they're designing chips but no longer manufacturing them and outsourcing that manufacturing to other companies. And what that's meant is a huge rise in companies, particularly in Asia, that are manufacturing these chips, the likes of TSMC, Samsung, UMC in Taiwan as well. And when that's meant a very small number of players manufacturing a very large number of chips as well. And when it comes to the leading edge of chips, we're talking here about 7 nanometers or less. If just to give you some context, Apple's latest iPhone, for example, carries a 5 nanometer chip. The number of players able to do that of scale is even smaller, TSMC and Samsung. And so Europe has no company to do this, and it's got to rely very heavily on Asia at this point. And as it does so, it needs to gain investment, and it's going to have to compete against other countries, the likes of Japan, the likes of South Korea, and the US as well. And the progress so far is very small. Intel has committed to opening a fab. It hasn't done so far, but it's looking. TSMC is still at the exploratory stages at this point. But clearly, Europe will rely very heavily on foreign companies at this point to be able to do this, and that's going to be a huge challenge, guys.
Hi, I'm Joanna Bersecci, and thank you for watching. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more from CNBC International. Thank you for watching.